Good morning, class, professor. Uh, Today we will be talking about the week 6 assignment that's broken down into two parts. And the first part is me describing a situation where I encourage a heart of either a colleague or a subordinates. And the second part we'll be talking about, a situation where, somebody's action was able to impact me as a leader. The first one, kind of goes again from our last week assignment. That the last week assignment, the story of me influencing a cadet to be able to graduate the leadership assessment course, not only graduate but of was at the top of the graduating classes of that regiment. And it's one of my proudest moment as as a leader, for a cadet to come to a leadership development assessment course, not only to be set up to not be set up for success by his host school, and to send him to all the way to Fort Knox for 29 days, pretty much, with the mindset of just filling a slot and not caring if he's going to pass or fail, or how he was going to fare with the rest of the cadet. And like I told the story last week, I'm gonna kind of run through it again. A cadet came to, prior to you getting commissioned as a second lieutenant, we have to go through what we call a leadership development assessment course as a cadet. And that is either done either after your junior year in college or right before you're about to graduate. And right before you're about to graduate, if you come to LDAC, you are something we call an end of camp commissioning. So here we have a junior in college that's been in the ROTC from MS1, MS2 up until MS3, to come to LDAC, to not know nothing about how you're supposed to write an op order, to not know nothing about how you're supposed to accomplish a mission, to not know anything about what, who, what, where, why, and how of a mission, to not know anything about land navigation, to not know anything about just how the whole leadership structure works. And prior to him showing up at Fort Knox, I don't know what look that I had that kind of set it up during the in processing. He kind of sought me out, and then we got to talking. We had a conversation, and he pretty much told me that he has no idea what he's doing, and if I'm able to help him out, he will greatly appreciate it. But I took him under my wings. I gave him all the key pointers, not really feeding him the material, but I was able to give him just enough coaching and mentoring for him to be able to put it all together, and did awesomely well. Not sure if that's a word, but he did outstanding at LDAC, and till the day I retire from the military, that's still gonna be one of those things that's gonna be held to my dear heart, of a way where I took it upon myself to be able to mentor somebody that's on the same level as I was, and give him that material and give him that motivation to be able to succeed at a high level. All right, the second part of how somebody was able to encourage me and contributed to my ability to grow as a leader. Again, going back to me as a cadet. While I was in college, I was also playing football as well. So prior to me going into ROTC, I was playing football for Bowie State. I mean, doing good. I had somewhat of I didn't have a full ride scholarship because I was a walk-on. So I have somewhat of a sports scholarship to be able to play football at Bowie State. So when I took it upon myself that I wanted to do ROTC, I wanted to take my military career to the next level, and that was when at that time I came back from Iraq, and I was looking for a sense of direction, where to go further with my not only my military career as well as my civilian career advancement. So I enrolled at Bowie State, received some sort of a scholarship to play football. And in the summer of 2009, I believe, not summer of 2010, I approached the professional military studies at Bowie State by the name of Lieutenant Colonel Govan. I explained to her what the situation is. And she said, with the daunting schedule of being an ROTC cadet, as well of being a student athlete, she let it be known that it could be done, but it's going to take some sacrifice. And coupled with the fact that I was also a family man, I have a wife and a little one to raise. So I'm thinking to myself, ROTC, hectic schedule, early wake up, student athlete, and on top of that, a full-time job to put food on the table, and a shelter over my family's head. So I did it for one semester, and it got to a point where it was too hectic. And it was rough that I couldn't take it no more. And I told myself, if I'm good enough at this football thing, I think I can bet on myself and ride it all the way out at the D3 college, and hopefully I can get a tryout with either one of the NFL's. One of the NFL teams, be the Baltimore Ravens, the Washington Redskins, or any team that's in a neighboring or that's in the vicinity of my geographical location, that we can kind of go further from there. But then again, I told myself, the sports of football is not fully guaranteed, and prior to me making that decision, I quit ROTC for one semester. I told Colonel Govan that I couldn't do ROTC no more, that I wanted to focus on football, that she let me take a semester off, and I was planning on taking the next semester off because I relayed a message to her. And she called me into her office and told me, if I plan on advancing my career as a soldier, because then I was still a soldier. Then I was a specialist about to get promoted. Now I was an E5, was about to get promoted to an E6. So she told me if I still want to advance in this military career, she believed that my leadership abilities or the things that I have shown her she believed that I can be an awesome officer. And we went back and forth. I told her, I still want to play football. Football is it's my heart. It's something that I have told myself that I was going to make it in. And she said it's okay. It's still okay. But the worst decision that I can ever make is quit ROTC and not give myself the opportunity to see just how good I can be as an officer. So I went back, talked to my football coach and just let him know, what I'm kind of struggling with. And, I cannot forget his word. To paraphrase his word, Femi, I will support you in any direction, in any decision that you feel as though is best for yourself and your family. So I went back. It took a toll on me for weeks. Trying to come to that decision, took a toll on me, and throughout the whole decision making process, and on me trying to figure which one worked best for me, Lieutenant Colonel Govan was calling me and emailing me, and trying to give me that guidance and the pep talk to let me know that if I choose the route of getting commissioned as an officer, that I would never look back. That when I think about the day that we sat down in her office and we talked about everything from football to my full-time job at that point, to my military career at that point, to what she knows that I can aspire to be, to what level of my military career that she knows that I can take it. Then when we look back on that day, that we can just sit back and laugh about it. So I made the decision that day that I was going to quit football and focus on ROTC. And from then, I got commissioned, and here I am, a company commander who I believe that my leadership style and my leadership experience that I have learned from the ones that I kind of look up to, has kind of helped me out, and just to kind of bring it back full circle. It's just a decision that Colonel Govan took upon herself to bring me into her office and mentor me and guide me and let me know that if I choose the military career, if I choose to advance in our ROTC and get commissioned as a second lieutenant, that I will never regret it. And till today, all of my success up until this point, I owe it to Lieutenant Colonel Govan, who has been my mentor from the time that I commissioned as a second lieutenant up until this point. So I give Colonel Govan all the credit in the world for not quitting on me, or for not allowing me to quit and chose the wrong and make the wrong decision. Not make the wrong decision to quit ROTC and embark on a football. So that was a situation where somebody influenced my decision, and it's so far it has paid off. And like I said, I owe it all to her. I owe my success in the military all to Lieutenant Colonel Govan for for not giving up on me, and that's which is something that I have tried to instill in my subordinates, especially the ones that's that's kind of second guessing themselves and want to quit. Is I always tell them, don't give up, don't give up. So that's that. That's my week 6 assignment, and like I said, I hope everybody enjoyed my story, because for every assignment I like to bring it all together in a form of a long story. So I welcome everybody's critique, and please let me know what I can improve on the next one. I know we only have one more. Still, let me know for future reference, not pertaining to the class, but something else. And thank you, and you guys have a wonderful week ahead.